for also quickly agreeing to come inside. It makes things much better. I'd just like to introduce each of you around. We've got David Piccini right here, our MPP of Northumberland Peterborough, held to recognize NORAC receiving the Ontario Trillium Foundation's Community Building Grant in the amount of $26,000. We are thrilled to receive this grant as it helps our nonprofit club with our operating costs and makes a profound impact on our swimmers, coaches, and community as we work to recover from our COVID-19 pandemic. Just a note with respect to safety, we'll keep our masks on for photos and while not speaking, but please do take them off to be better heard. We know this is an echoey environment. And with that, I'd like to introduce David Piccini, our MPP for Northumberland Peterborough South Riding. Thank you.
Thanks, Carla. It's great to be with all of you, and I think these are really important moments to acknowledge all of you and the great work that you do in our community. And I think back, I mean, this place has changed significantly. You know you're getting older when you remember this in terms of, or maybe you're just a politician in terms of coming here to vote. But way back, I was, not too long ago, was younger and swimming in the pool. It's where I did my swimming lessons. So I was never quite as talented as the great next gen we've got with us in terms of from a competitive perspective. I leave that to my fiance. But this is so important, and the COVID pandemic has been really tough. And I would say, as tough as we all see in the media and in our day-to-day lives as adults, it's toughest on youth and how I think to our next generation, talking to young youth in our community who have had a very different high school experience than I did, than pretty much most of us did. 2-3 years behind a screen potentially versus the traditional experience that many of us had in class. And so NORAC and the work that you do offering that respite, getting out, getting active, and I mean reading up a bit on what Trish did, volunteering hours, and all of you. I mean, you're all, you're volunteers, you're getting engaged in our community to help with swimming excellence, and that's greatly appreciated. The Community Building Fund, I think, is a very appropriate name because our communities wouldn't be communities or whole if you didn't build them. And through NORAC, you're building a better community that we're all very blessed to be a part of. So I think this Trillium Foundation investment of as we said, the $26,000 is so important to building better communities. And the Community Building Fund is an especially important stream of Trillium. And we've seen investments across our community that are supporting a better community in response to the COVID pandemic. So what you do every day, I can't thank you enough. I mean, swimming is integral to a well-rounded individual, and competitive swimming especially. I know you mentioned para-athletes and supporting really everybody in our community, and that's greatly appreciated. It's why families choose to locate to a community like ours, and I appreciate everything that you do. And to have some instructors and you swimmers means a lot. Thank you for everything that you do in our community. It's really important. So on behalf of the government, I mean, I'm here to serve you, but you're what makes our community. So I'm thankful, and I know Betty, thank you for being here as well from Trillium. In addition to our elected members who are here for Hope and in the county, I think it's important to note that Trillium, this isn't politicians deciding. These are your tax dollars at work. It's volunteers like Betty who sit on the agency, and we're very fortunate to have a number of leaders in Northumberland who sit on the Trillium board, who make these decisions, who talk about it. And last time I saw you here, Betty, it was actually during the vote at the federal election. So I'm just very grateful that, when people often, I'm looking now through the people watching on Pete's stream on Today's Northumberland, this is your tax dollars at work in our community. And if Pete, you turn around, you'll see who those dollars are going to benefit. So, and that's our youth. So thank you again for everything that you do. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Appreciate it. Okay, and next I'd like to introduce Elizabeth Finney Hunt. Come on up from the Ontario Trillium Foundation. Thank you.
nonprofit groups across the province. With nearly 40 years of granting experience, OTF was honored when the Ontario government asked us to administer the CBF granting program, designed to help with operating costs. In its first round, the province has provided more than $46 million to support 648 nonprofit tourism, culture, sport, and recreation nonprofit groups. And I'm happy to say that the Northumberland Aquatic Club was one of the 648. You put together a strong case for the difference that these funds would make on your ability to continue delivering the quality swim programs you're known for. We're pleased that your $26,000 community building fund grant is helping with your coaching costs, renting additional lanes for swimmers to maintain more of a distance, and purchasing 2 new computers to help coordinate logistics. All of which translates into your organization's ability to continue delivering great swim programs, give people a recreational outlet, and to have some fun, all while keeping everyone safe. On behalf of the Ontario Trillium Foundation, thank you for approaching us with your requests and for helping us move a step closer to our own goal of building healthy and vibrant communities. Something we're doing one grant at a time. Best of success and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I too have a bit of history with this facility from the 80s. I'm pleased to be here on behalf of Northumberland County Council to acknowledge the impact of this significant investment in the health of Northumberland's youth. At a time when the anxiety and uncertainty of everyday life can seem overwhelming, the importance of an organization like the Northumberland Aquatic Club is incalculable. The Government of Ontario's $26,000 community building fund grant will help NORAC to continue providing this valuable service, supporting operating costs, increased pool time, and new equipment. This means more time spent with friends and coaches, while also helping to negate some of the financial repercussions of the COVID-19 pandemic. Northumberland County thanks NORAC for your role in ensuring our community comes back stronger than ever from COVID-19. Wishes you every success going forward. Thank you.
Port Hope, home of NORAC. I do want to congratulate NORAC on getting this funding. It's very important, right? And it's really a nice concept that people who are using these things as people are deciding where the money goes, versus the higher-ups who probably have never visited. So I think it's a great concept. Thank you for all those people who participate in making those decisions. I'm sure the applications far exceed your ability to provide, but I know the government's really ramped up and doing a great job of helping all these communities. This is a community effort, and I'd like to thank our Parks and Rec department for being part of this as well. In making applications, it's very important that the municipality support this, and we have a lot of things that we want to support. I also want to thank Councillor Bickle for attending today as well. We didn't introduce her before. And I think if you look around, I can't tell you how proud Port Hope is of this facility. It isn't only for Port Hope, it's for everybody. It's absolutely fully accessible. Some of the other accessibility groups have put their own funding and everything in raising money. So this facility is available to every person. And I think that's extremely important. I think the role it plays, a swimming opportunity, is one that fits many of the cultural and physical sports activities of Port Hope and Northumberland. So again, I want to thank you for providing the money. Very I'd like to thank you for making sure it goes to the right place. NORAC is good.
In the same program that my kids started off at. The past 20 months have been the most challenging time I can ever see in the history of our swim club. With the closure of the Jack Burger in March 2020, our swim season came to an abrupt end. I can remember being on the pool deck with Coach Trish, and she kept getting texts. Oh yeah, so Scarborough's closed. Oh yeah, we're not going to close. We're not going to. Oh yeah, yeah, we're closing. And then, although we weren't able to be in the pool over the next months, Coach Trish kept the swimmers engaged with regular Zoom check-ins, encouraging them to stay connected with each other and to keep physically active in other ways. We were able to get our competitive swimmers back in the pool in August 2020, but due to capacity limitations and to ensure the physical distancing, we weren't able to run our popular pre-competitive swim school program. We went from 197 swimmers registered in all our programs pre-pandemic to only 67 last season. And then again, last season we had many interruptions when the facility was closed, so the training was stopped again, started again. Well, this September we were so excited to be able to open up our programming again. Our competitive swimmers are almost at training at pre-pandemic levels. We've added an additional master's training session, and we're slowly increasing the amount of swim school program we are able to offer. Today, we have 88 registered swimmers, with more anticipated coming in January when we start our winter swim school session. This funding aids with our operating costs, such as head and assistant coaching salaries, pool rental costs, and technology as we work to rebuild our program safely and effectively. The assistance provides myriad benefits to our local youth as they work to navigate the effects of this pandemic, including rebuilding their physical, mental, and social health through positive relationships and the sport of swimming. You may have read in the Northumberland News that we had the opportunity last week to host a two-time Olympic swimmer and bronze medalist Brittany McLean on last Sunday. She spoke to our swimmers about her journey, about resilience and managing anxiety, as well as teaching them technique and skills in the pool. We are so proud of our swimmers with the focus and attentiveness they gave Brittany, and we know this has inspired our team as swimmers and as people.
Thank you. Excellent. Well, thank you.
Everyone over there.
No, just these young folks.
Yeah, they're in the front.
Oh, you need a fourth one. There we go.
I'll be around tomorrow. All right. I know you're up there.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
David, tell me today about the grant. Nice to give that away.
Yeah, I think 26,000 through Trillium agency to the Northumberland Aquatic Club, to NORAC. They do such incredible work. I think Trish, Annette, Carol have done a phenomenal job. We saw a number of youth instructors here, and this is what it's all about. And the Community Building Fund, which was what they applied for. It's about building more resilient, better communities. And if not for these organizations, what kind of community do we live in? We don't. So it's important that your tax dollars go to work in our community. And again, I heard from everybody some of the work that Trish did, volunteering her time and keeping kids active. And in today's world, we've got to encourage them to get outdoors. After years with this pandemic, getting kids active, mentally stimulated, both giving instruction with some of the 16-year-old teachers, instructors I was talking to, taking instruction, getting physically active. It's good for your mental health. And again, I mean, this wouldn't be possible without the government of Ontario investing in Trillium. But then Trillium, I mean, these are your tax dollars at work, decided by local boards in each region of the province that know their communities best. So I think this is such an incredible fund, such an incredible and deserving organization, and it's making our community a better community to live in.